What's up, good people? Welcome to the inaugural episode of Tuggy's Top 10 podcast. Season 1, we're talking movies. My top 10 all-time favorite movies. And I'm here with my fucking good buddy, my brother from another mother, James Smith. He's going to be taking this ride with me on this season. 10 episodes talking about some good movies and shit. What's up, bud? How you doing?
Doing good. Glad to be here.
Hell
It's
yeah.
going to be a whole lot of fun.
Yes.
I love me some movies.
Fucking A. Good to hear. Alright, so we, on the first episode, we were talking my number 10 all-time favorite movie, which is Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. If you don't believe it's the best Star Wars movie,
You're wrong.
fact. There it is. You heard it here first. So yeah, fucking A, dude. This movie, it's definitely, I think, the best Star Wars movie. It came out June 20th of 1980. Runs just over 2 hours long, which is not a bad sit. It made, it's fucking 18 million, yes, 18 million on the box office.
No, that's the budget.
Oh, budget, excuse me. You're right. I'm stoned.
$18 million budget.
Yep, estimated. And then it made gross in U.S. and Canada $292 million. Damn near 293. Shit. Opening weekend, almost $5 million on May 25th in 1980, which that's a fuck ton of money back in 1980.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
And gross worldwide, it's damn near doubled its U.S. and Canada gross, which is like $538 million. Holy shit. Well, fuck. Since we're talking Star Wars, when was the first time you saw? Can you remember the first time you saw Empire?
I was a small child. I mean, I was born in 1980, so first time I remember seeing it was like, probably like 4 or 5 years old. My brother was a huge Star Wars fan, so we had the action figures. Like
For sure.
I was telling you earlier, lost many a Yoda to the lawnmower.
Yeah, that fucking lawnmower will eat those toys up, man.
Yeah, don't play with green action figures in the grass, kids.
Yep. Yeah, you'll lose that shit. That's a fact right there. So yeah, okay, that makes sense. I was probably about the same age, about 4 or 5. The movie had been out for quite a while at that point because I was born in '86. So, yeah, like I said, the one scene I remember was when Luke goes into the cave of Dagobah, fights the vision of Vader, and cuts his head off. Because I used to argue with my dad that that's where he killed Darth Vader. Darth Vader died, like he's done. But Dad's like, no, you dumbass, he's in Return of the Jedi. He fights fucking Luke again.
Listen here, you little...
Yeah. So that's my first memory of watching it, and I can't count how many times I've seen this movie.
Yeah, I could not count how many times. I mean, at one point, between me and my brother living in the same place, we had the original trilogy on the original VHS. We had the THX remastered VHS, and then we had the ones with the extra digitally added scenes that they did in the late 90s or whatever it was.
Yeah, special edition. I actually have a special edition sitting on the garage right now. Box set of fucking video cassettes. Kids say have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
Those movies were on regular rotation. I can't count how many times throughout high school, just pop one into the VCR in my room and fall asleep to it.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. Oftentimes, just get in. Dude, I probably ran those fucking tapes ragged playing the amount of times I watched fucking. And I realized when the special editions started coming out, because then they started re-releasing them in theaters and shit, that I had never actually seen the very first Star Wars until then, because my buddy Davey next door got the special edition when it came out and shit, and I went over to watch them, and I remember watching the first one because I remember the scene when he's speaking to Tarkin in the council room with all the other fucking dudes, And Tarkin basically tells him to let the guy go, and Vader's like, yeah, okay, whatever, as you wish. I'm like, dude, you're Darth Vader. Why the fuck are you taking orders from this old motherfucker? I was like, I didn't understand it. Because I'd only ever seen, like, Jedi or fucking Empire. And I remember the last time I saw Jedi being a little kid on TV. And I remember trying to talk like 3PO because his mouth didn't fucking move. And I was like, how the fuck does he do that? Not realizing he's a goddamn robot.
Yeah.
No shit.
It's a speaker, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. The mouth don't need to fucking move, you retard. Well, on to that. It's trivia time. I went on to IMDb, and since this is a top 10 podcast, I just went ahead and grabbed the top 10 trivia facts that they had up on IMDb at this point. So for number one, let's see. It says, in order to avoid sharing creative rights, George Lucas decided to avoid using a major studio to finance the movie. Instead, he bankrolled the $18 million himself, and with the combination of his profits from the first movie and a bank loan, although the move was risky, it paid off several times over.
Apparently the dog wants to be involved here.
Hey, Bubba. Go for it.
Squeaky toy.
That's all right. We'll leave that in. I ain't even worried. People love dogs. Anyway, long story short, like, he ended up making a shit ton of money on, like, a gamble, almost. And funding up most of the money himself. Like, he probably could, if this movie had not done well, we probably wouldn't have had Jedi. You know? Who knows? It probably could have been a 2-shot movie.
Would have been done. Would have been like Firefly, only getting the one season.
One season in a movie. Like, boom. I'm surprised they even got the movie. So, like, alright. Number two, this one's probably pretty obvious. The shots where Luke uses Jedi powers to get his lightsaber when he's, like, hanging under the Wampa's den. They just used the film in reverse. They just reversed him film, throwing it into the snow, I suppose, and then, like, him just getting it back. Which makes sense. Nice film trick.
Easy to achieve back then.
Oh, yeah. Especially a very easy practical effect, for sure. Number three. I thought this one was funny when I read it. Mark Hamill had to bang his head 16 times on the ceiling of Yoda's hut before director Irvin Kershner was satisfied with the take.
That's great. Can you imagine being Mark Hamill in that scene? It's like the first time you're like, hey, bam, we got it, right?
Oh, shit.
Nah, do it again.
Fuck, really?
Bam, we got it.
All right.
No, do it again.
Fuck, what the fuck? Oh, that time?
Oh. No, not until you get a concussion.
Time 15. Fuck, are you serious? 16, we got it, right? Yep. Boom. There it is. Dude, fuck, yeah. That didn't, yeah, because, I mean, I don't know what, it could have been made of fucking wood and plaster for all I know. But still, that's banging your head 16 times on something repeatedly. Ow. All right, so number...
pissed off at the director.
Oh, dude, yeah. Irvin Kershner sounds like an asshole. Probably not, but...
I mean, not as much as Stanley Cooper.
That's true. He is no Stanley Cooper. That dude. Holy shit. Number 4. When shooting on location, and I'm going to butcher the fuck out of this Norwegian name, Finse Norway, or Finse Norway. Let us know on, hit us up on the Twitter page or the Facebook page. A fierce snowstorm hit the hotel where the cast and crew were staying. This would have normally halted filming, but director Irvin Kershner thought these weather conditions were an excellent opportunity to film the scene where Luke wanders through the snow after escaping the Wampa Cave. He did this by sending Mark Hamill outside into the cold while he and the cameraman stayed and filmed inside the hotel's front hall. Oh shit, I didn't realize they're filming through a fucking glass. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's
like,
great.
No, we're staying warm. You go out there and freeze. It'll look good.
I think Irvin Kershner had something against Mark Hamill.
Sounds like it. Making him bonk his fucking head, 16 times?
Send him out into the cold.
The snow, you son of a bitch.
Wonder how many takes he had to go with on that one.
Oh my god, no doubt. And how fucking cold was it?
Yeah.
It had to have been fucking cold. Snowstorm and shit. Number 5. George Lucas was so impressed by Frank Oz's performance as Yoda that he spent thousands of dollars on an advertising campaign to try and get him an Oscar nomination for Best Actor in a Supporting Role. Lucas's campaign ultimately failed because it was felt that a puppeteer wasn't an actor. Lucas felt this wasn't fair to Oz, who honestly didn't care.
That sounds like Frank Oz.
He didn't give a
Frank
shit.
Oz don't give a shit.
Fucking I'm doing voices playing with puppets. What the fuck do I care
They're
about?
getting paid for it.
Yeah, what the fuck do I care about some stupid nomination?
Like, I don't need a fucking trophy.
Yeah, exactly. Number 6. During the filming of the Battle of Hoth, the Echo Base troops were actually Norwegian mountain rescue skiers. In exchange for participation in this movie, Lucasfilm made a donation to the Norwegian Red Cross. He likes to donate a lot.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, for sure. That's not a bad cause to donate to.
The Echo Base troops actually rescue skiers. So those guys actually weren't really feeling that cold
No,
out
they
there.
weren't. They were just like, yeah, whatever, this is another day.
You can pay us to stand
Hey,
here in this trench.
wait. Actually, I have to put more clothes on?
Yeah.
Are you sure? It's not that cold out here. Fuck. All right.
I mean, we don't see them from the waist down most of the time. For all we know, they're wearing shorts and flip-flops
Well,
out there.
motherfuckers probably are, dude. You're like, dude, this is like, what? 30? Yeah, we're good. 30 below? Nothing. Number 7. With the exception of being sucked out of a Cloud City window, Mark Hamill did all of his stunts.
Pretty impressive.
Pretty impressive. I mean,
Mark Hamill did a front flip while wearing a puppet on his back.
that's true. So that's very impressive, actually, to think about. If he did, yeah, wow. That's a good point. Cardio indeed, kids. Rule number 2, as they say in that one movie. Number 8, Carrie Fisher stood on a box for many of her scenes with Harrison Ford in order to make up for the height difference and have her appear in the frame with him. Carrie Fisher, who is apparently only 5'1", was almost a foot shorter than Harrison Ford, who was 6 foot tall. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize she was that short.
Yeah. I did not know that she was that short.
Yeah. Holy shit, she's shorter than I am. That makes me feel fucking
I mean, then again, you should have realized that from Blues Brothers. I mean, she's same height as Belushi.
That's true. That's a good point. Number 9. When Han Solo is about to be frozen, Princess Leia says, "I love you." In the original script, Han Solo was supposed to say, "Just remember that, Leia, because I'll be back." But at the time of filming, as I mentioned while we were watching, Harrison Ford wasn't entirely certain he did want to come back for a third movie. This is a recurring legend that his line, "I know," was ad-libbed. However, Alan Arnold's book, Once Upon a Galaxy, a journal of the making of The Empire Strikes Back, includes a transcription of the discussion between Ford and director Irvin Kershner, in which Ford suggested the line. So, I know was more or less ad-libbed.
Yeah. It was a rewrite on probably day of filming.
Yeah. He was like, you know what? All right, we'll do it this way. Okay, because I think he had just done... Was it Temple of Doom first, or was it... Yeah, Temple of Doom was first, right? And then Raiders, or was it Raiders and then Temple of Doom?
Raiders.
Yeah, okay, so he had just done Temple, I think, right after or right before Empire. So I think that had also something to do with, because I think he was liking more the Indiana Jones role as opposed to the fucking...
It was liking being the actual title star.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of being... Yeah, you're right. Instead of being
one of the stars in the ensemble cast. No, he wanted to be the guy.
The guy. And that's what he... Yeah, that makes sense.
And he's been that ever since.
It's true.
Man's, 60-some-odd years old and still starring roles?
Yeah, that's a fact. Number 10. When Mark Hamill was having trouble with the Dagobah scenes with Yoda, Frank Oz brought in Miss Piggy to make him laugh.
That's fucking great.
Like,
Miss Piggy helped train the Jedi people. Remember that.
Yep. Miss Piggy, therefore, is a Jedi. In some way, shape, or form. I mean, I guess that explains her holdover Kermit.
Yep.
Fucking straight Jedi mind tricking that frog. Poor guy. Alright, folks. That was our top 10 trivia. And now it's Goofs time. Which I did the same thing as the trivia. I went on IMDb and I looked up and got the first 10 goofs that they had listed on there. And we're going to talk about them now. So, number 1, after Luke cuts off the Wampa's arm, he begins to stagger out of the cave into the snow, deactivating his lightsaber as he goes. The sound of the saber deactivating occurs, but the saber is still completely active.
Yep, that's a bit of a goof.
Yeah. That would, yeah.
How that got past the editor. I mean, sometimes I wonder how these guys get their jobs, because, I mean, I notice a lot of goofs in movies.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, well, why the fuck ain't I getting paid for it?
For sure. Yeah, there should be some... Yeah, I'm surprised there isn't someone who, like, actually, like, look for goofs.
Oh, Jesus, dog, you've destroyed that toy.
Wow, you tore your monkey apart. Yep. See? You got the squeaker out, and it says... Oh, this one doesn't actually say it. The last one we had said game over on it. So that means you're done. So have fun. Tear that apart. I'll clean it up afterwards. I love you, Paul. You're fucking adorable. Number 2. Yes, number 2. In the Dagobah scene, before Luke and R2-D2 have found Yoda, Luke plugs something into R2, then says, now all I gotta do is find this Yoda, if he even exists. When he says, if he even exists, Luke's mouth doesn't move. The DVD tried to fix this by adding a little more texture every few half seconds to Luke's mouth, but it's barely visible, apparently. I didn't notice, but
yeah, I didn't see that one, but I mean, it's bad lighting and everything.
ADR and all that, and then trying to fix it with the, yeah. So, number 3, shortly after the Millennium Falcon's escape from Bespin when it was flying alongside the Executor, several shots strike it. However, these shots make no noise of any kind. I'm trying to recall. Bye-bye, buddy. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I didn't catch that one.
I didn't catch that one either. We'll believe you, IMDb. For now.
I mean, it is the internet. Don't exactly trust the internet, people.
That's true. This all could be bullshit. And if it is, and if you know the right answer, fucking, again, the Twitter page, the Facebook page, let us know that we're fucking dumb.
Prove us fucking wrong.
There you go. Number 4. One of Lando's lines doesn't match his jaw movements very well in the carbon freezing chamber scene. Again, nothing I've noticed.
I mean, that one's probably just a little bit of an error on the part of the people putting the film to the audio, or the audio to the film, and timing it just slightly off.
Right, exactly. Number 5, in the opening scene, Luke is trying to calm his frightened Tauntaun before the Wampa attack. As he says, hey, what's the matter? You smell something. This is what I was talking about earlier. The boom microphone can be seen reflected in his goggles. And I was trying to look for it, but I forgot that it was at the scene when he actually says it to the Tauntaun. So, like, it's, like, right on his face. So I'll have to look for that next time I watch that. Number 6. While Luke assists Wedge in attacking an Imperial Walker, he says, steady Rogue 2. Wedge is actually Rogue 3. Later, when Luke assists Zev, he correctly calls him Rogue 2, because if you also remember, Zev was the guy looking for Han and Luke earlier, and called himself Rogue 2. So I did notice that. I was looking out for that because I had read this prior, but yeah. And
something to mention about that scene, Hobbie is an asshole.
Oh, dude, yeah, tell me about it. Fucking Luke calls Hobbie twice, folks. Go back and watch this movie again for whatever 100th time. Who cares? It's fucking Empire Strikes Back. It's amazing. Hobbie's a dick. Luke calls him for something.
He says, Hobbie, are you still there?
He says, Hobbie, are you still there? And
doesn't respond.
No response.
Silence.
Does it again. Same thing. We came to the conclusion, for all we know, Hobbie's back at Echo Base, sitting on the shitter like, fuck this, I ain't even participating in none of this, and Luke's calling him, and it's all fucking, you know how your phone goes off in the fucking shitter when you're in the public stall, it's all super loud? Yeah, his radio goes off. Luke, Hobbie, are you there? He's like, hold it in, turn it off. Boom. He's saying, fuck that. He's not up in that shit. He's literally up in his own shit.
Hobbie ain't your battle buddy.
For sure. He does not got your back. Twice, he fucking just ghosts Luke like nothing. Fuck Hobbie. We don't even know if Hobbie exists.
Hashtag fuck Hobbie.
There you go. Put it on the Twitter. Hashtag fuck Hobbie. What a douchebag. Alright, now we are on number 7. C-3PO calculates specific odds for navigating the asteroid field. But this must be guesswork, as the odds would depend on the size and number of asteroids he is unable to observe. I didn't even think about that while we were watching that.
Yeah, C-3PO is just making up statistics to make up statistics. He's like one of those guys you argue with on Facebook that just spouts some random numbers without anything to back it up.
Yep.
One of those guys.
Yep, one of them. You all know those guys. We're not going to get into that, guys.
C-3PO is a troll.
Podcast. There we go. Hashtag 3PO is a troll. Number 8. When Luke watches the Millennium Falcon escaping the ice cavern on Hoth, he turns his head to follow her with his gaze, but he does so too soon, and the ship has not yet even entered his field of view. I don't think I noticed this one either. Because that's when he's walking down, I think, and then the Falcon comes out right behind him and takes off. And right before he's walking down to the X-Wing.
Yeah, I didn't catch that one.
Nope. Number 9.
Maybe that's why I'm not getting paid to be an editor, because I didn't catch that shit.
Dude, you and me both, man. Number 9. During the battle with the walkers, Luke states that armor is too thick for the blasters. Use your harpoon. Funny, we talked about this. We straight mentioned this. When the first walker is taken down with the cable, they proceed to shoot it with their blasters, and it fucking explodes, no problem.
Yeah.
Like
the one weak point is if the walker's laying down.
Yeah. It's on its face. Okay, the armor's gonna be fucking vulnerable now.
You can only hurt the walker if you donkey punch it with the blasters.
That's right. And see, now I've heard an argument about the neck being a lot weaker because
it's got to be able to move.
The head's got to be able to move and aim and all that shit, so there wouldn't be as thick of armor, which I guess makes sense.
But why would the whole thing fucking explode?
Why would the whole fucking thing explode? If
That's not where its engine or
all you're
power
really
is
shooting
going
is
to be.
just some connectors and servos and a little walkway that they can get into the back of the.
Yeah, it's like the section between cars on an Amtrak train.
Yeah. Yep. Or that little weird section in that double bus that you sit in and it turns all weird. It's like that shit.
That vinyl accordion section.
Yes, that's exactly what that shit's made out of. But yeah, no.
Why does it blow up?
Why? Things.
George Lucas, this is why we have Michael Bay. Fuck you.
Right? Exactly. Alright, number 10. According to the credits, Luke's gunner in the snowspeeder is named Dak. I noticed this when I was watching, saw his name come up in the credits. However, all other spin-off media, games, books, etc., spells the name as Dak, D-A-C-K. The first spelling is D-A-K, which I'm sure a lot of you probably already know, which now seems to be official, the D-A-C-K version. Later versions of the movie, special edition, DVD release, etc., do not correct this. So I guess even in the credits when it comes up, it's spelled D-A-K. So I'm just going to go with that's the official. That sounds... Yeah. I mean, it came up on the subtitles when we were watching Luke say it. Dak, after he died. Oh, yeah. Rip Dak.
Yep.
He did a whole lot of shit, didn't he?
A whole lot of nothing.
A whole lot of nothing. All right, and that is 10 Goofs of Empire Strikes Back. Now, we are on to the quote-unquote official game show. Not really a game show. I'm just going to say that because I'm ripping it off of Adam Blank. And I'm going to tag him in this post when I post this so he can listen to it too. Of Tuggy's Top 10 podcast, I'm calling, James is calling, because he's my co-host, Watch One, Remake One, Erase One. And I'm going to give you guys 3 movies. I already posted up on the medias. I got one response who I will read. Got to bring that up now that I think about it. So the 3 movies that I'm going to give you right now, James: House of a Thousand Corpses, No Country for Old Men, and in the spirit of us watching Star Wars, Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. And it's Bad Guys Win category.
And that's the theme of this one.
That's the theme of this, because Empire, the bad guys win. Like, the rebels got their ass handed to them. They're still alive, yeah, they're going to do their thing in Jedi. But they got their ass handed to them, and fucking, like, Luke got his ass beat. by Vader. Vader schooled his ass, cut his fucking hand off. He's like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm your fucking dad too, so have that to sit on while you're fucking waiting to fight me again.
Yeah.
So
watch one, remake one, erase one. I gotta do this with House of a Thousand Corpses, No Country for Old Men, and Star Wars Episode 3. Let's see. Watch one, I'm gonna go with No Country for Old Men, because I can't erase that one, and I don't think it should be remade. Just leave that one alone. Don't ever fucking touch it, Hollywood. Please don't ever touch it.
Fair.
Javier Bardem fucking destroyed it in that movie.
It was a fucking great movie. Very good.
Remake one. I guess I gotta go with Episode 3. Remake one. You know, there are things that could be done better. You know, little plot holes fixed, and you know,
For sure.
keep things canon.
Yeah.
And I mean, to erase one, I'd have to erase House of a Thousand Corpses, because I mean, it's a good movie and all, but I mean, there's plenty of slasher thriller flicks out there.
Very
I mean, it's
true.
not like it's providing something so epic to the genre that it's necessary.
Right. And now here's a question that kind of comes up. If you erase House of a Thousand Corpses, do you still get Devil's Rejects? Could that be just a...
I mean, Devil's Rejects could easily be a standalone. It could very easily be a standalone. You don't need the House of a Thousand Corpses to build up to that.
And dropping that name right now, that is a future episode that you will hear us talk about at
Yes.
one point. So
yes, you will.
That's going to be awesome. All right, yeah, no, that's pretty much the consensus. I asked a few people at work while I was working last night, and they pretty much said the same thing. Like, watch No Country, remake Sith, and bye-bye House of a Thousand Corpses. And I'm going to have to, I mean, just probably bad fucking radio or bad media or whatever they call it, but I'm going to have to probably agree and say the same thing. Simply because No Country is great. Tommy Lee is amazing. Fucking Josh Brolin was great. And as you said, Javier fucking Bardem, dude.
He destroyed it.
Fucking destroyed it. He was, again, a bad guy that got away. He got his ass hit by a fucking car.
And he was legit creepy.
Oh, dude. That fucking... He should have played Two-Face.
That'd be great.
So, yeah. Then I would remake Revenge of the Sith. Try to tighten up some of the, you know, more cheesier shit. And make it a bit darker. Maybe show him kill a youngling or two.
Yeah. And by youngling, we're talking little kids, not beers.
No, yep. And possibly, since it's a PG-13, throw that fuck in that movie.
Yeah, drop the
Drop
fuck.
that fuck in there because it's PG-13, it's allowed. Even if it's Star Wars, it'd be technically allowed. And I'd drop it right where fucking Anakin and Obi-Wan are facing off at the end.
On the high ground.
It says, fuck you, Anakin, I have the high ground. That's what I would do.
Yeah, let us know on the Twitter where you would put the fuck in that movie.
In Revenge of the Sith, where would your fuck go? And it can be any variation of the word, I believe. So then at that point, I would have to erase House of the Corpses. I love this movie. I saw it when it first came out in the theaters. It was fucking great. But I read recently somewhere that even Rob Zombie dislikes this movie. He said, I found so many flaws of things that I should have done better and could have done better that
wasn't that his first real film?
First real film, right?
So yeah, he's gonna find some stuff and grow and evolve as a director.
Right.
Find stuff that he didn't like.
I'm sure Kevin Smith, even though he talks of Clerks as much as he does, because he built his career off that, still is like, I definitely could have done some shit here.
Well, yeah. Kevin Smith has to talk up Clerks like that because, like you said, he built his career on it.
Right. Very true. So yeah, and then I have a comment from our good buddy, bandmate at one point or another of our good friend right here, James. Our buddy Carl Sundberg says he would watch No Country for Old Men, remake House of a Thousand Corpses, and erase Revenge of the Sith. He doesn't like one of the prequels.
I mean, the prequels aren't everyone's favorites.
Truth. Very true. I mean, I'm partial to the originals. because I grew up watching them too.
Without the fan theory about Jar Jar, I truly hate his character. The fan theory about him being a Sith,
yes,
that makes me go, okay, he's tolerable.
I can see that. Like, him going in and voting, yes, he was he was probably with fucking Palpatine.
He does wave to the whole Senate before he casts his vote. Like, the fan theory does have a lot of points.
There's a lot of fucking wishes. So that's what Carl said. He would watch No Country, remake House, and erase the Sith. I should have made him give me a reason.
Reasons why?
Because Carl likes to talk.
I mean, you can always bring this up on the episode you're going to do with him where you guys talk about the Crow.
Touché.
You can always bring this comment up and get him to explain himself.
That's a good point. We'll do that. We'll have to write that down.
Hashtag explain yourself, Carl.
Yeah, explain yourself, Carl. All right. And now it's pretty much free talk. Because I ain't got nothing else lined up as far as categories.
Yeah, I mean, we did just watch the movie. We talked about all sorts of stuff during this movie. I mean,
we did. Life,
weed,
yep,
random jokes. I mean, it was a great time.
It was good times. It was very fun.
Some of the things that we came up with. What was it? You explained why Lando's actually wearing Han's clothes.
Oh yeah, think about it. Has anyone ever thought about this? That's a good point. Let's talk about that. Lando's fucking clothes. In the Family Guy episode, I'm sure you nerds have seen it. We all have. I know.
We're nerds.
We're nerds. You know we are. We all are. He mentions, hey, why is Lando wearing Han's clothes? Think of it this way. Lando just got fucking booted out of his fucking place of living. Like, all his clothes out of best, yeah. His fucking luxurious, badass fucking penthouse is probably, like, littered with all his best, finest threads.
Wardrobe.
And all his capes and shit. And you know that fool just fucking ran out and jumped on the Falcon. It was like, I'm gone. I'm just leaving all my shit here. Lobot, bye. See ya.
And he can't be wearing dirty clothes and trying to pick up on every woman in the galaxy.
And who's the only guy about his size on the Millennium Falcon that might have clothes?
Guaranteed.
Han Solo had changes of clothes. I mean,
it's probably the same clothes, the same outfit every day, you know, like an NPC in a video game.
Yeah, or like you see in the cartoon sometimes, like, oh, what am I going to wear today? And it's the same fucking shit every day. It's like, because that's all you wear. Because the animators were lazy. They didn't want to draw new clothes every episode.
Yeah. Oh, like, you know, Ryan Reynolds and Free Guy.
Yep.
His whole closet filled with the same damn thing.
Same thing, yep. Blue shirt, khakis. Blue shirt, khakis, belt. That was a funny movie.
That was a hilarious movie.
That was really good. That went a completely different way than I thought it would go. I wasn't expecting, spoilers if you've never seen Free Guy, for him to actually be an NPC. I was thinking he was a player character.
Yeah.
But I was like, that's a turn that I didn't see.
Yeah, that was great.
That was super cool. Let's see.
What else did we come up with? Oh, yeah. Luke was a dumbass for not killing the Wampa and just staying in the cave where he was obviously not freezing to death.
Very true. Yeah, he seemed very agile until he got out there in the fucking dead-ass cold. Like, that Wampa clearly is staying there. It's clearly a warm-blooded fucking animal, so it's staying warm enough in that cave.
I mean, it's got to be a similar concept to igloos. You know, it traps the heat in.
Exactly. And he easily swiped that fucking first arm off. He should have just swiped that other arm off, fucking cut his throat, and called it good. But no, he was a dumbass. Because remember, he's a
farm boy from a desert planet.
This is probably only this. Think about it logistically through just like. Imagine these are the only 3 movies that exist. This is only the second planet this motherfucker has ever been to, other than the one he lived on.
Yeah.
Well, third. Sorry, I forgot to count. Yeah, then the moon. But that's the moon, not a planet.
Technically.
You can fight that, technically. But, so yeah, he's only been on like 2 or 3 planets. He's all of a sudden a space flyer guy. All he fucking knew was a desert world. He didn't. I mean,
he's got to be real fucking confused when he crashed on Dagobah into a giant fucking swamp. Yeah. Probably the most water he's ever seen in his life.
I think these movies take place, like, what, a few years? Like, this guy's went from, like, a super hot fucking climate desert area to a fucking...
We got, what, two suns for Tatooine? Or is...
Two sons, yep, the twin suns, yep. And then he goes to a fucking ice planet, Hoth. And then, I guess we'll call it the jungle planet, fucking Endor later on in fucking Jedi. But it's like he's progressing each level in a video game. Like, I've never been to these planets. I'm going, oh, look at this. It's just, yeah, it's funny. He's stupid farm boy. There we go. He don't know much.
He makes dumb decisions often.
Makes dumb decisions, still using his blaster even though he's got a lightsaber. Like, dude, you've seen what that thing can do.
Oh, yeah, another dumb decision. He could have taken out Boba Fett, 2 stormtroopers, and 2 Imperial officers in Cloud City.
True.
Has clean line of sight at the back of their domes.
Yep. All he had to do was hit fucking Boba Fett's pack in the right spot. And he could have easily channeled the Force real quick, popped a shot off.
Han would have been safely sealed in carbonite.
Bye-bye Boba Fett. Fact, those 2 fucking dudes probably would have got fucked up from Boba Fett's jetpack exploding. So
and then
Han.
We all know stormtroopers just die.
They can't hit shit, so they're dead. And then boom, Han is saved. And then what does Return of the Jedi look like? There's the question, ladies and gentlemen. Hit us up on the Facebook and the Twitter page and let us know what you think Return of the Jedi would have been like if Luke had saved Han right then and there.
Also, R2 gave up Luke in that scene. I mean, if it weren't for R2 running up and beeping at Luke's leg while he's trying to dry hump it, I mean, Boba Fett would have never come back and shot at him.
That's very true. Yeah, because there's no way his fucking ass was hearing that. He was already almost gone by that point, and then fucking R2. They say he's the hero. He's the one who's throughout all the movies. He's really the man. He's really kind of an asshole at some points. Like, what the fuck, dude?
He's a cranky old man robot.
3PO is right. I mean, I guess it makes sense. This dude's been through some shit as a robot. Like I said earlier, he's never had his memory wiped.
Yep.
3PO's had it wiped 2 or 3 times at least at this point. And
R2's probably the one wiping him.
Probably.
You're being like, nope, you can't handle this memory. Let's get rid of it.
Yeah, no, yeah, all that shit we went through, it's causing you to be all... No, shut the fuck up. It's gone. That's it. Bye. Beep,
Shut
beep,
up,
beep.
you prissy little bitch.
Another thing we should talk about. Fucking Chewie being all like, I fucking know, motherfucker. Remember the last time I said shit?
Oh, yeah. Chewie trying to kill Lando. That's definitely some old business they ain't got finished yet.
For sure. Like Lando, obviously, it's like Han says when Leia asks him, can you trust him? He says, no. Obviously, something in their past proved that he couldn't trust Lando. I've never seen Solo. Therefore, I don't care. But if you want to talk about it, let me know. Sure, go for it. It's canon now.
Donald Glover was the only redeeming factor to that movie.
And that's what I've heard, and that is the only reason I will even give it a shot. So if I get enough people telling me on the Twitter or the Facebook page to watch Solo, I'll watch it. But I gotta determine whether or not it's enough people. 6 people is not a lot of fucking people. Because that's about how many people I imagine we're going to listen to this podcast. But who knows? Actually, I have 25 current listeners.
Woo! 25. So, it's a big number.
Halfway to that 50 mark, and then I can start making them monies. I'll keep the ads short, I promise. And I'll put them inside so they're not like, hey, here's conversation. Oh, out of audio, stupid ad for my... But, whoop. Anyway. So, yeah, Chewie was talking about how he's just going to fucking... They've had some shit going on in the past. Like,
Chewie goes straight for the throat.
Straight for the throat when he fucking takes his binders off. Like, he told him, what was it? The scene when that Vader gets him.
Yeah.
He looks over and, growls at
Lando.
Growls at Lando, basically like, motherfucker.
I'm going to kill you.
I fucking told you. You fuck me over again, we're done. And as soon as he got that moment, yeah, dude, he would have fucking just, like I said, squeezed his fucking
If it weren't for Leia.
Leia saved that man's life.
Twice, because on the Millennium Falcon,
right? He almost
when the hyperdrive isn't functioning.
Yep, you're right. So I mean, Lando could have not even been a character had Leia not saved his ass. Only because I don't know. It's a good question. Maybe because he could fly the Falcon too. Or maybe his connection with Han. I mean, she's got a thing for him. It's really, really... I mean, what's the timeline between, like, the training and all that stuff? Isn't there, like, a 6-month timeline between the time they get the Bespin and, like, the time Luke is, like,
spent at Dagobah? Yeah, I think so.
Something like that. Let us know. If you know,
let us know. Someone give us the facts.
Right. Eventually, this podcast will hopefully be not as amateur and better. We'll see. If you like what you like, let us know.
If you like what you like, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Whatever you like it.
Whatever you like it. Just let us know.
We don't care.
If you like this podcast, I guess you could probably let us know too, or tell us we're just stupid and we don't know what the fuck we're doing. But 25 people do.
25 people like it. Either that or they're just listening for, comedy factor. They're just laughing at us.
They're laughing at, they're laughing at both of us right now.
Not laughing with, laughing at.
Directly at, like, full in the face, like, bad breath and all, like, just laughing. Yeah. Shit, what else do we got? God, Hobbie was a fucking asshole.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Hobbie is a fucking asshole.
Hashtag
fuck Hobbie.
Fuck Hobbie. What a dickbag.
Yeah, that guy's a douche.
For real, not even like...
Don't even respond?
No response. Nothing. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, give us your theories on why Hobbie didn't respond. Does he not like Luke? Was he shot down early? I mean, what's the deal?
Yep, exactly. Well...
But yeah, I don't think we got anything else.
I don't think I'm pretty much talked out for Star Wars, for Empire Strikes Back. My number 10 all-time favorite movie. This list has... It's funny when I remember first bringing this up. And there's a reason James is going to be my co-host this season with me. And if we have another guest on another episode, which we will, for sure, the last episode, we'll have my buddy Carl, who you heard from earlier. Well, not physically, but you know what I mean. We might have more, but James, pretty much, I had the idea for this podcast, so I'm trying to get at. I'm stoned. I'll have to learn to work this. This stoned doing one of these. That's fine. When I had the idea for this podcast, like I said, I had the list written out, and I hit a few people up, James being one of them, and was like, hey, dude, I'm thinking about doing this podcast. This is kind of the idea I got going on. What would you... if any episodes would you like to maybe go on? And I think it was maybe like...
I think I said all the movies.
Yeah, you said all of the movies. And this one and this one and this one. I was like, all right. So I was like, fuck, all right. So then I have another co-host for this episode. So boom. We'll be back with another episode.
Yep. Next episode one is, 2, the 40-year-old virgin?
40-year-old virgin we'll be talking about. And... if you want to get on the game quick, if you're listening to it right now, the new game, I will post about it once I post this episode. For Watch 1, Remake 1, Erase 1, if you want to get up on it, is raunchy sex comedies, because that's pretty much what the 4-year-old virgin is. So, the movies in question are Porky's, American Pie, or Zack and Mary Make a Porno.
I'll think about that one.
There you go.
I'll have an answer ready.
You guys think about that one too and get your answer ready. I'll post that up on the social medias and get your answers, and we'll read more on there. And at some point, we'll get Carl's reasoning behind his choices for the last question. With that said, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like what you hear, this one will be on Spotify for free. The following episodes after this one are going to go up on my Patreon page, which I will be only charging as little as I can. $1 a month, I'm thinking. That seems pretty fair.
Yeah, that's pretty reasonable.
You're going to get... I have a plan for like at least 40 or more of these episodes. 10 episode seasons. I've already got 4 seasons pretty much lined up.
And then you got some other podcasts.
And then I've got also 35 years of movies. That is free right there. I'm going to be reworking those because I have some new podcasting equipment coming in that I can't wait for. That'll make the audio quality so much better. So I'm not fighting back and forth with James. Hopefully this sounds good. I'm going to listen to it afterwards. We'll see.
If it doesn't, we just re-record
If it doesn't, we'll just fucking re-record it because it's really not that hard to talk 45 minutes about fucking... That's where we're at, about Star Wars. We're at 45 minutes right now. And, again, thank you if you enjoyed this. James, thanks for fucking taking this journey on me with my fucking top 10 fucking movies, dude.
No problem. This is going to be great.
We have got a list of movies coming your way. And... I don't know. You think we should just give them a preview of what we got coming up for them?
We gave them the preview for the next episode. We'll tell them episode 3 at the end of episode 2.
Fair. Sounds like a
Keep them on the edge of their seats. Cliffhangers and shit.
There we go. That being said, you heard it. Episode 2 will be coming up. I don't know when I'm going to post this episode. But when I do, it'll be that following week on that day that hopefully schedules.
Yeah. Hopefully schedules work and
schedules
we can keep this going regularly.
Yep. And then, there it is. Hit us up on the medias. Let us know if you liked it. Thanks again. And for Tuggy's Top 10 podcast, I am McTuggy. And with me, my buddy.
I'm James Smith, or Sneaky Jesus.
There you go. Some of you know I'm a Sneaky Jesus. You know you do. Yeah. We're out, folks. Have a good one.
Peace.
Peace.